foreign affairs for granted a DVLA for the opportunity say omuntu kwan ko US, Germany, Canada ne ade na wo mo enkonko ye renewal of license na munye license magana for ewo ho. And same way the CEO of DVLA and the break his information no de ebetuja into which I'll say Foreign Affairs Minister has granted approval for some DVLA staff to travel to USA, Canada, UK, Netherlands and Germany to register and renew license of Ghanaian drivers in diaspora, DVLA boss. And I say so this are in same way betuja. But then there have been a whole lot of issues surrounding it. I kofa nsembe bre aba na ohwe nsemwa ebusia ede aba na eni susu. If you say me no ka say DVLA for yetete so one be issue disclaimer so man ka hwe ni ade and they are saying that they never said that it as a media outlet for no. And now one more try so we be trying to DVLA boss no so na say bibi. But there is a video Manasseh Azuri, the fourth estate, wa better agia ochem say what the media outlets are selling out is equally the same thing as what the DVLA boss said. It is a Muslim ya boadia and ye kakum ye jinukwanum yenkotie emfri ono ankasa eho. Tie video we name.
Some of you DVLA staff, you are traveling overseas to go and provide services in 5 countries outside the US, Canada, Netherlands, UK, and Germany. I can see you are smiling. I will add you, don't worry. So that is the service we are going to provide. We've gotten approval by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and this is what we are going to do for our Ghanaians staying abroad. They don't need to come down to come and renew their 1-year license which has expired. They will be there and we'll be doing it for them. We'll provide all licensing issues over there for them without vehicle registration.
So this is a video of when the DVLA boss ede to just say ye be too kwan ye call 5 countries na akoye renewal and issuance of a year driver's license otimika kache obi so obi sre odi nipa ne beka ho ne ade afa be wan say wo mo di release aba a wo so wo mo clarify say wo mo anka ne sa na de wo mo kan ye ne say wo mo partner with the embassies in the various countries any ade and so ade video here say asem no waka. So what are you trying to say? So this is a year the release a free the DVLA Drivers and Vehicle Licensing Authority or say DVLA clarifies the misleading media headline on its intention to provide driver licensing services in selected countries. DVLA for so there is a video where the boss was talking. Now let's dive into and some more the bio say has come to the attention of management of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority misleading news headline over the extended service of DVLA to selected foreign countries. Almost one camp. So there is a video. For clarity, the DVLA, through an arrangement with the Foreign Affairs Ministry, has agreed to collaborate with Ghanaian embassies across the globe to provide selected services, including international driver's permit and driver's license renewal to qualified Ghanaian citizens domiciled in other countries. And so muchema almost say omni embassies for ni mom and aye collabo and person mo yes and near my no. I said the pilot phase will be undertaken in the United States of America, Canada, Germany, the Netherlands, and the High Commission of the United Kingdom. As part of the implementation plan, the DVLA will provide training to embassy staff to do verification of documents and forward same to DVLA for processing. Once the processing is done, the authority will then return the processed document to the various embassies for pickup by the applicants. This operation does not in any way mean that DVLA will post its domestic staff to work at the embassies in the aforementioned countries, as the news headlines sought to portray. We wish to indicate that the management of DVLA are committed to serving the interest of Ghanaians and has consistently pursued an agenda to place the services of the authority closer to the people to minimize default as well as promote compliance. We want to reiterate that the authority practices an open door policy and encourage the media and individuals who require clarity on information on the operations of the DVLA to approach the Corporate Affairs Department for such details to avoid such misleading reportage. International we shemwa one person much sense someone who say there was a EB two screen so was coming from Joy News and yakas was so den ko fo betu kwan no enye no kre entinko so mu kwaji mu nchire mu clarification no mu asem no ye no kre ansana wo mo edi abeto mountain so but we heard it clearly from the video. But then one person who has reacted to it no Osajefo Oliver Baka Vomowo was say, I have seen the DVLA statement and the clarification to the earlier news headlines about their foreign license renewal program. The statement says that they want embassies to handle driver's license renewal and issuance of international driver's license. I would say it's a laudable idea. Good also on issuing the early statement to clarify. However, if I could make a good faith suggestion, my opinion may be rubbish, but hear me out. I think DVLA should first coordinate with the foreign ministry to run phased training for ministry and research department staff based in Ghana. Since these officers provide institutional continuity while foreign mission staff rotate frequently and many of them pass through Accra at different points in their postings. Also note that 90% of consular works is handled by the research department, which is under national security, not foreign affairs per se. So loop them in. Secondly, if you want a structured and sustainable system, the next step should make Ghana the permanent training hub for all incoming mission staff, so that officers receive the certification before departure or while on home assignment, supported by standardized manuals, digital learning modules, and a remote help desk. This avoids the cost and disruption of repeatedly sending DVLA teams to mission abroad, and ensures consistent operational standards across all locations. Also, if all that they had already been set up, it is even more cost effective to have select embassy staff come down to Accra for training rather than send DVLA staff to all 55 diplomatic outposts. Finally, all of this cost build up can be completely fixed with an online system. I have a US New York driver's license. I haven't been to the US since 2021. I have renewed my license while in Ghana and replaced a missing one, all through the online system. My 2 cents, this would have been the policy proposal we would have made if Metin Everett have been brought to the consult on this. I give them for free. Into a chairman, at some point, DVLA has to re-strategize their way of doing things. Na emma umuntiminya renewal no, even to those in the diaspora, without necessarily spending money to send staff and all that. So this is what Oliver Baka Vomowo ode ebetu dwana chese say no ye hu say news outlets for ni twan tro say why na anchor asem ni ye o. That is what we are gathering. But ni nemu no, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wo mo ababonten enso abekasa, and from the release a free omo ba na say e bia dada, but then ye nyina ye nhwem. So this is from the Ministry of Affairs, or say Ministry of Foreign Affairs, sorry, or say purported extension of DVLA services abroad. Accra said February 2026, the attention of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been drawn to a viral news headline claiming that the ministry has granted approval for staff of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority to travel to countries including United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and Germany to register and renew driving licenses of Ghanaian drivers in the diaspora. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs wishes to state categorically that it has neither issued a directive to our diplomatic missions abroad nor granted approval to any entity for such an arrangement. The ministry is not aware of any new government policies to that effect. In addition, there is no record available at the ministry pointing to this purported new policy direction. For the avoidance of doubt, there has been no formal engagement, no new policy brought to our attention, and no financial commitment is irrefutable evidence at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs establishes. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs wishes to assure the general public of its commitment to transparency and financial prudence in public service delivery. Internet say aban kole ni hwohwe see ekoye training e dia ma obi anase de obi e call the United States. So as it stands now, it's quite a whole lot right now. We don't know. Sebia DVLA boss, he was trying to sweet tongue us, and I say, na oka na wakwa afe na okwa kotu ho anamon or what. It has been a whole lot of issues. But then, as an ayebe kono, and sembia eba concerning this. In from the comment section, Emmanuel Frimpong says, I do not see anything wrong with cooperation with Ukraine to bolster our security, but I also think dialogue can go on in wait of the war with Russia to come to peaceful end. This is nonsense, and they should try as much as possible to quench the situation. So yenda will be ase for listening and watching. Yen famu insiha aha Pinaxtv.